Hello students, welcome to the class 12 macroeconomics class. Today we will discuss chapter 9 excess demand and deficient demand, in which we have already discussed the various aspects of the fiscal measures to correct inflation in the economy. Today we will discuss the fiscal measures to correct deficient demand, or how in the economy the deflationary gap can be checked, what steps should be taken by the government regarding the fiscal measures so that the deflationary situation prevailed in the economy can be controlled and maintained. Let us consider the graph, what is deflation, when deflation will come. Here is the y-axis, here is the x-axis, this is the aggregate supply curve, this is the aggregate demand curve, and here aggregate demand curve intersecting the aggregate supply curve, this is the equilibrium, and this equilibrium point is at full employment level prevailing in the economy. Due to the certain conditions in the economy, aggregate demand is going to decline. That is why AD curve comes to the downward and new equilibrium has been framed here. This is the deflationary gap or deficient demand. This much amount has been decreased in the economy for the demand, consumption demand and investment demand. Then how this gap can be fulfilled? What steps, what measures will be taken by the government regarding the fiscal policy so that this aggregate demand can be recovered in the economy? As we have discussed that there are two measures through which government can control the deficient demand in the economy, that is the fiscal revenue and fiscal measures to correct government expenditure. Two measures. Under fiscal revenue measures, we have to consider 3 points, that is tax, public debt or borrowings, deficient deficit financing, and the second one is fiscal measures to government expenditure. Under the fiscal revenue, it is tax, public debt, and third one is deficit financing. What steps will be taken by the government regarding the taxes to control the deficient demand in the economy? The government will reduce the existing tax and no any other new tax will be implemented in the economy. The existing tax will also be reduced, and due to reduction in the taxes, the consumption and investment in the economy will increase, and it will increase the disposable income of the people in the economy due to the reduction in the taxes. It will boost up the purchasing power of the people in the economy, and in this way, in the economy, the consumption demand and investment demand will increase, and automatically aggregate demand will increase in the economy. Now come to the second point, public debt or borrowing. How through this second step government can control the deficient demand in the economy? By reducing, government should decrease public debt. The government will purchase its source securities from the public, and in this way the money will be transferred to the general public in the economy, and it will increase the disposable income of the people in the economy, and in this way the consumption and investment demand in the economy of various commodities and services will increase, and lastly automatically the aggregate demand is increased. Now come to the third measure, that is deficit financing. Deficit financing, that is the printing new currencies in the economy. Due to this, by deficit financing, government can increase money supply in the economy, and as money supply has been increased in the economy, it will increase the disposable income of the people in the economy, and it will ultimately increase the consumption and investment in the economy, and ultimately in the economy the aggregate demand will rise. In this way, the deficient demand can be checked by the fiscal revenue measure taken by the government. The second fiscal measure to government's expenditure. Under this, the government will reduce the government will increase its expenditure in the economy regarding the development and productive work in the economy. The various governmental developmental activities can be increased, like construction of roads, construction of bridges, construction of dams. There are so many public related works which is done by the government for the public welfare in the economy will be increased by the government. As government will increase its expenditure in the economy, ultimately money supply will increase in the economy, and it will increase the supply of money in the economy. Then third one, it will increase the level of aggregate demand in the economy, because money supply has been increased in the economy by the government by increasing its expenditure in the economy. And lastly, it will help to correct the deficient demand. In this way, the government will be able to correct the deficient demand in the economy. So, these are the fiscal measures to correct deficient demand in the economy and fiscal measures to correct inflationary gap in the economy, which has been discussed in the previous class. The government can check both the situations if prevail in the economy, either inflationary situation or deflationary situation. Whatever the situation may be, with the help of fiscal measures, the government can check it accordingly in the economy. Next day, we will discuss the monetary measures taken by the government to control the inflationary situation and deflationary situation prevail in the economy. अब तक हम लोगों ने इसमें यह डिस्कस कर लिया कि कैसे गवर्नमेंट इन्फ्लेशन और डिफ्लेशन इकोनॉमी में फिस्कल मेजर के द्वारा चेक करती है, कंट्रोल करती है। इसके पहले हम लोगों ने इन्फ्लेशनरी सिचुएशन कंट्रोल करना सीखा। आज हम लोगों ने डिफ्लेशनरी सिचुएशन, डिफिशिएंट डिमांड को कंट्रोल करना सीखा फिस्कल मेजर, फिस्कल पॉलिसी के द्वारा कैसे गवर्नमेंट चेक करती है, कंट्रोल करती है। आज ये तक रेस्ट इज वेल। Thank you. In the next class, we will discuss the second measure, that is monetary policy taken by the government to control inflationary situation and deflationary situation in the economy. Thank you.